Hey, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. This is disturbing videos that they are hiding from you. So get ready, lock in, and buckle up, bucko. Because you're in for a journey. What's good, everybody? Eric, first in the building. David, what's good? Ryan Douglas, official Darkwater 9 Explorer in the building. What's going on, guys, man? I wish I could give you guys a hug. It's been a while. Royalty in the building. First live? Oh, we get down on these lives. Y'all don't know. I'm gonna start. It's starting to heat up. It's starting to get warm. So, we're going to start getting back into it, start getting back into some type of schedule rhythm over here on the Jet Ski channel, because we like to dive in over here on this channel. We like to dive in. Talk to me. Ryan in the building. David, man, I missed you guys. Sydney, Shalom, Kelly in the building, and from the UK. Man, I missed you guys. But yeah, we're going to be doing these lives a lot often. So you guys better lock in and buckle up, buckle. I owe you guys a couple intros, don't I? It's been a while. I owe you guys some intros, and they're coming. Best believe. I just want to say thank you all you guys for your support. We be stuck on these waters, man. We be trapped on these dark waters. I'm trying to get back to the surface. So, without further ado, let's dive in. We got a juicy one today. All types of disturbing TikToks, creepy videos that might just change your entire reality coming right at you, bucko. How do I do this? I forgot how to even work this thing. Okay. Wow.
In Canada is considered the most complete dinosaur fossil ever found. We're not just talking bird. This dinosaur was.
This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything. It's up to us to separate fact from fiction. So let's take a look.
So well preserved, scientists thought it was alive when they found it. This giant armored dinosaur discovered in Canada is considered the most complete dinosaur fossil ever found. We're not just talking bones here. It was found with its skin, armor plates, and even traces of its original coloring still intact. You can actually see its scales, the heavy spikes along its body, and patterns that once helped it camouflage against predators. This 110 million year old Boreal was built like a tank, covered head to tail in natural armor, and weighed over 1.5 tons. The fossil is so detailed.
110 million years ago.
that scientists could tell Borrelia pelta was reddish brown with a lighter underbelly, the same kind of color pattern modern animals use to stay hidden.
That owl is creepy. Imagine coming out your patio and you just see like some yellow eyes looking at you, and look how it's blending in with the trees. I be hearing owls low key, when I'll go outside, I hear them, but I never see them. I just hear the hoo hoo hoo. I'm like, what is going on? Where are you? Yeah, Kirby. He said, "Imagine riding this back."
This dinosaur was
I don't know. It's like I'm looking at it, and it's like, man, I always think, did they take the wings off before they put this bad boy on display? Is always my first thought. You know, it's like, where's the rest of it? You guys already know how I feel about the T-Rex. Where's the rest of it? When you compare it to an ostrich and you look at the skeletal structure, it's like, where are the wings at? You don't really see the wings too much on the ostrich bone. So it could be possible. Oscar, what's good? I enjoy your videos. Thank you. I appreciate you. John, what up? What's good, man? It feels good, man. I wish we could do a giant group hug. It's been a while, hasn't it? Check this one out. Look at how crazy this is. Before we even play it, let's get a little music for this. Let me turn it down on my TV. All right. Can you guys hear me all right? Let me know if my volume's good. But look at these giant swords in the background. I ran across this and I'm like, giant swords. Like a giant just took a sword, a Nephilim, whatever it was. And I'm thinking, is this real? Is this place real or not? Let's watch it. Let's take a look real quick. Not to mention how swagged out he is, by the way. Look at his shoes. The shoes are on point. The shoes are matching the long sleeve. Don't sleep. Please don't sleep on him. Look at the pose. I'll be looking like that too if I was in front of a sword, to be real with you. Look at them. These giants was putting in work. Do we have any information on this? I don't want to hear artists made this. I want to hear a Nephilim came through on this and just, or my fallen comrades. Is there inscribing on each one of these swords with like whose name it could possibly be? Don't tell me an artist or somebody sculpted. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear the. I want to see the original impalement into the ground. But let's play it one more time. Don't sleep the drip. I'll be looking just like that. If we look, I almost want to say this is like Russia or something, guys. Because look at there's writing on it. Guys, look. Real quick. Let me see. Let me just do something real quick. Activate submersible. Does the submersible even work still? Ah, it works. The submersible works. We're back in it, y'all. Man, it's been a while. Oxygen levels. 100% bet. Where's my inhaler? We'll be alright. But anyways, check this out. We just noticed that sword being impaled, right? Into the earth. Check this out. This was the writing on the sword. What could this be? Look at it. I don't want to hear some sculptor ran around and drop these into the earth. I don't want to hear it. All right, let's go back. It reminds me of it's on Elden Ring. It was like a game I played on Elden Ring, and it got all these swords. Man, I wish I had it loaded. I would boot it up and I would go to this place. And it has all these different, you know. But see, I'm not tripping, guys. Look at the engravings. I think this is in Russia. This is I know everything looks AI, okay? Like that's the terrible thing about, cuz like a couple like even a year ago we would say, "Oh, that's CGI. That's CGI." Now you're saying it's AI? Man, I think this is a real spot in Russia. Look at that face. Give him Academy Award then if this isn't real. Okay? Give this man an Academy Award if this is AI. You know what I'm saying? Because how he's posted in front of these swords will be exactly how I be looking. I might just pick one of these boys. Okay? All right, let's see what else we got. How y'all feeling, man? Guys, do not debunk this. Do not tell me somebody went around with a crane and dropped these. I do not want to hear that. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. What is going on? He said Mel Gibson's running around in the back on some Braveheart. Yeah, funny. All right, y'all. We moving on, man. Dang. Oh, this next one is a good one. This just happened, guys. Everybody's gonna be talking about this tomorrow. Everybody gonna be TikTok reacting to this one tomorrow. But you're seeing it here first, okay? While they're sleeping, your boys hit you with the fire. Let's go, Peggy Bolton.
So did you guys hear about the Booga sphere that was discovered in the forest in Colombia? Or were you distracted by all the other headlines like I was? And they use AI to decode the language. Wait till you see what it says. So on Thursday, May 1st, Jose Velasquez is an X-ray specialist and
I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't hear it. Let me turn it up. I'm trying to hear it too. Peggy Bolton.
So did you guys hear about the Booga sphere that was discovered in the forest in Colombia? Or were you distracted by all the other headlines like I was? And they use AI to decode the language. Wait till you see what it says. So on Thursday, May 1st, Jose Velasquez is an X-ray specialist, and he did a series of X-rays on this. They claim that this fell after it received a 10,000 volt discharge. Now, they say they are 16 microspheres inside, and there are 3 layers of different densities. This is the most outer edge. So he is saying that that means they are different materials. So they say the dark-toned material is less dense, and they believe that it is possibly a porous material. Now, the people in Buga claim that this was flying around their town back in March, and that it actually was recovered back on March 2nd. And that when they touched it, it had the temperature of a refrigerator. Now, they counted 32 points around the edge, and that the materials used altogether for this seem to be different metals, but they have ruled out the fact that this is ornamental because they believe that the way it was built was to definitely house whatever is inside. It seems too intentional to be simply ornamental. Now, the X-ray expert says it appears to have no welds or joints, and that this is absolutely different from anything he has ever studied in the past. But the guy who claims to have found it said that he was contacted by the government, but he refused to sign it over because it would never be seen again. So I'm guessing he just turned it over to a team of scientists. But they're saying even in the x-rays, there are no visible signs of any techniques by humans. So interpreting the text through AI, it says the origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness, individual consciousness. So what do you guys think? So did you guys hear about the Buga sphere that was discovered in the forest?
Talk to me, guys. What's going on? Sorry, I didn't mean to make it that loud. I just want to make sure you heard it. I know I got my remote. I'm trying to get it going myself. Thank you. He said I'll keep my beverage in that baby. Like, thank you. Say, I'll take a squirt, please. All right, guys, let's take a closer look before we get into the main event. I'm not done with you, bucko. Activate full screen. Okay. All right, where's my music? I listen. Yeah, buddy. Let me turn it on. All right, there we go. All right, guys. On the bubble, scientists studying UFO orb that landed in Colombia claim mysterious object is alien after scanning it with x-rays. Okay. Everybody's going to be talking about this because it just happened. Like a couple hours ago, this just happened. So they got this orb. Somewhere they got this orb, y'all. And this boy is generating. Okay? For entertainment purposes only, is generating, okay? Let's see what the scientists have to say. Boffin's researching this mysterious UFO orb. Look at it. What type of language is that? That's not cuneiform. It's not Paleo Hebrew. It looks like a mother chip is in the middle. Where's my mouse at? My mouse is supposed to pop up. But anyway, imagine my mouse is pointing at that middle chip. It looks like somebody slashed it. Like it got slashed. Oh no, that's a grass blade. Okay. This is interesting. Let me see something really quick. Oh, that don't do nothing. All right. Guys, what are your thoughts? Robert, welcome to the video. Do you think red mercury is inside? Well, now that you said something, let's see what they're doing. Let's see what's going on here. Scientists are hitting it with some type of X-ray. That's a voltage meter, if I'm not mistaken. What are they checking the voltage on it? And they're saying the alien, okay, this is what's inside. The alien object has 18 spheres inside its core. Now we're getting somewhere. It was said to have been zigzagging through the skies in an unconventional flying pattern. The UFO sphere was reportedly recovered shortly after landing. It has since been analyzed by scientists who have now revealed their groundbreaking research on the extraterrestrial item. Damn. That's the first, they said item, an extraterrestrial item. That's a tongue twister, boy. They discovered that it featured 3 layers of metal-like material and 18 microspheres inside which surrounded a central nucleus. This is fascinating. All right. I mean, they would be able to tell if there's some liquid inside if it was swishing, but are they going to tell the truth? You know? Like, if they heard liquid inside, would they mention it? You know what I'm saying? But looking at these spheres inside's got me thinking that it's probably stationary, or maybe some super magnets inside that's locked in place that can't move. And maybe when it moves a little bit, it activates the propulsion on this extraterrestrial item. Yeah. He said y'all used to go bowling. That's what's up. Kelly, yeah, it's a starry night over here. You gotta, I would say some pictures, but the pictures don't normally capture, how starry the nights are, They don't normally capture it. Interesting. Okay, now they have more. I thought that was it, but they have more. It's said to be zigzagging through skies in an unconventional flying pattern. The UFO sphere was reportedly recovered shortly after landing. It has since been analyzed by scientists who have revealed the groundbreaking research of the extraterrestrial item. They discovered it featured 3 layers like material like 18 microspheres inside the surrounded and central nucleus. Scientists are calling this core a chip. A radiologist who examined the sphere, Dr. Joe Lewis, said that they found no welds or joints, which usually indicate human production. Interesting. The scientists concluded it is an artificial origin and that it shows no evidence of welding. Dang. Where is it at? I would love to see it. The scientists used AI to help decode the bizarre text. They interpreted it saying the origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meaning point of view. How are they able to, how is the AI able to decipher this? That's my first question. The object was recovered on March 2nd by a group of people who said it weighed about 4.5 pounds. Temperature of a refrigerator. Interesting. Tell me your thoughts below. Alright guys, on to the main event. You guys know about the Great Wall of China. Well, my long-term followers should know a couple theories about what people think about the Great Wall of China. If you don't know what it is, let me get you up to speed real quick. Shout out to One Foul Wow.
Oh, we've got your ass. We've got your ass now. The Great Wall of China? You mean the Great Wall of Tartaria? Let's take a look at a few old maps. You can see Grand Tartary in the green and China in the red. Let's take a closer look. As you can see, the wall is circled around China. And again, another Tartaria map, you can see the wall is circled around China. And if you notice, the steep side of the wall is facing China, making it hard for any invaders to climb up. And if you look closely, you will see that the lookout posts are facing China, making it easy to pick off your enemies with crossbows one by one. So no, China didn't build that wall, the Tartarians did. Oh my days. Oh, we've got your ass.
For entertainment purposes, of course. All allegedly. So, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, what if this is just the top? Because you know what they said about the pyramid, right? The giant pyramid, everyone's... Let me pull it up. Real quick, because it's not hard to find. There it is. If we take a look at this pyramid, right? And we take a look, where is it at? Right here. The Great Wall. What if there's something under the Great Wall? Like, what if this is just the top of a mega castle? Yeah, I know, right? Oh, there's my little mouse. Like, if we go down below this, what if this is the top of a giant castle? You know, and there's more below it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Talk to me, guys. What's good, everybody? Javier, what's good? More under than above. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. You know? So there's something definitely fishy going on here. And how they're saying that the bows are protecting the other side. You know, what exactly are they hiding? Because look, if we go to the pyramid, check this out. There's a whole bunch of more stuff underneath, you know? So there could be possibly a lot of stuff under the Great Wall of China. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep it rolling. Huge shout out to my lunch break for this next video. If you haven't seen his videos, go ahead and check him out. He really breaks down. You know, I've never seen anyone break it down the way he does when it comes to these old world structures. And it makes you really think, like, are we being lied to?
From 1994 to 2006, while all of us were here, China constructed a dam, flooding over 1,300 old world sites.
Oh my goodness. They have been working hard.
What was so important about this location? They needed to relocate over 1.3 million people, telling us that 50,000 graves were also relocated. And doing all of this for preservation, of course. We know that that's not the case. Preservation is a word that we all know so well now. These bodies that were supposedly moved in China were from the previous civilization. They were from the old world, in my opinion. How many bodies did they leave there? And how many of them did not look like us? With 6 fingers and 6 toes. We know exactly what they find when they uncover the old world. We've seen it so many times now.
Did you see how that statue was missing the hands and feet? It could be that they chopping them boys off because they got 6 fingers and 6 toes.
Are you starting to look at dams a little different than before? Are you ready to go even further and see what they submerged in China just a few years ago without any of us noticing? The White Crane Ridge, a supposed 1,200-year-old underwater stone encryption site that recorded ancient water levels and had one of the world's oldest hydrological records. This ancient stone ridge contained inscriptions and carvings dating back, we are told, to the 9th century AD. Now, we all know that this is the old world. This site would have given us an insight to the water levels in this location that are now submerged under 100 feet of water, where we are told that a special underwater museum was created so that visitors can just see it through glass after it was closed to the public and renovated. So who knows what was destroyed while being off limits to all of us. We all know how transparent the renovation projects are at this point. They're as transparent as a brick wall. We all know that renovation really means destruction, especially when they literally flooded the entire location with water on purpose.
That's deep. Whenever you see something renovation, it could be destruction. Man, just preserve it. Let us see it in its glory. How people made it.
Remember, we are told, and they admit it, that over 1,300 old world sites, including tombs and burial grounds from multiple dynasties, are all lost and now underwater. Skeletons dating back 2,000 years. Remains from the Ba people, an ancient civilization, the old world. The Ba people, where we see that they had the hanging coffins of the Ba people. Coffins placed in caves or cliffs, with many of these coffins and bodies being lost when the waters of the dam rose. Who was inside those coffins? What did the Ba people look like?
Look, this is like out of a video game. I mean, look at... There's no way that these are coffins on these ledges here. I mean, looking at it, yeah, but why? You know, and they look big. Like this could be at least 6, 7, 8 foot. You know, an 8-foot coffin. You know, there ain't too many Yao Mings. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, so it's like, they might have a giant's. This could be mixed with giants and regular people, is what I'm thinking when I see giant coffins. Especially hanging over a cliff ledge. Like they couldn't bury them. They made it convenient, you know?
Do you think they look like us? Why did they submerge them in the artificial lake? What are we finding?
Or it could have been those creatures that they made from the Great Wall that they was trying to fight off. Because you guys heard, we all seen that movie with what? Matt Damon. Yeah, with the fighting those creatures that's trying to come over the wall. What if it's something else in those coffins? Got me thinking.
What we are finding is that when a site has too many things, too many old world people, too many old world structures, too many old world sites, so many that they can't simply destroy it. We see it over and over now, all over the world, that they submerge the entire location with a dam. They destroy the entire area with a massive amount of water. Nobody that is truly interested in our history, someone that truly wants to preserve and protect our past, they would never do this. They would never submerge 1,300 old world sites with water and completely destroy the true history. This is the complete opposite of what all of us would do, and we all know it now. Fengdu Ghost City is one of the 1,300 sites that was wiped out by this dam. An old world site that is believed to be the gateway to the afterlife. With the original town being submerged, China destroyed the supposed gateway to the afterlife.
Oh my goodness. This is outrageous. That giant sculpture, did you see it?
Are you ready to go deeper? Welcome to episode 122 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day, and if you're new, welcome. It's open to everybody, and the invitation old. Hell is open to everybody, and the invitation is not negotiable. And all of this is now underwater. Yeah, I'm not gonna be getting my scuba outfit on for this one. I'll leave that up to somebody else, but I'm still gonna cover it. The old world, in my opinion, 100% had beings that were here that did not look like us at all. And I believe that these depictions, these stone statues, they are depicting the true history. I believe that they represent a much clearer story about our true past. The horned individual here represents the ox head with a human body, which is one of the two guardians of the underworld.
Okay, real quick. in Egypt, they got the mixed species. What is it? They got the bird head with the you got Ra, I believe. Yeah, that's what it is. Ra with the bird head. You know, you got Thoth, that's another bird head. Now you got this ox, you know, over in Japan with this, you know, with the head, you know. There was some definitely 100% some type of, what I'm thinking, some type of genetic mixing going on, you know? What if somebody was really good at this and was like, you know, they didn't perfect it like the creator, but they were doing abominations, is the word. Abomination experiments. And this is what you get. A pure abomination, you know? I wonder if they have souls or a conscience. You know, like, are they able to, like, eat on their own? Like, what's going on?
Chinese mythology, serving under King Yama, who is the ruler of the afterlife, and are responsible for capturing and escorting the souls of the dead to judgment. And this is
There it is, a homunculus on some alchemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they doing some alchemy. Like, they're trying their best. And we get these crazy looking creatures, you know? It's terrifying. If you ask me, they got Gilgamesh and they trying to, you know, Frankenstein him. But that's for another video.
depicted in cartoons without us even knowing it. And so many people just sat their kids in front of the TV and had no idea what they were watching. The original town is now submerged and under the water because of this dam, with this ox-headed character being a demon enforcer of the underworld, capturing wandering spirits, and ensures that souls are properly processed in Dayu, or Chinese hell. One thing that I know for sure about this place that we all live is that we're not told the truth about it one bit. We are not told how in-depth it really is, and hiding the true history, I believe, is the key. Because I believe the previous civilization, they fully understood this place that we live. They understood all of this. They knew the locations to go to, and they also knew which locations not to go to. And I'm gonna have to say that this is probably a location that you don't want to go to. This is all in my opinion, of course, and all based on my research to this point.
This in the book of Enoch, this is why it was flooded. Okay, Sydney. Tanner by the sea, let's go. In the building. Yeah, they were definitely destroying something. The flood, you know what I'm saying? It's not mad that it was abominations. They was getting their alchemy on. And what we're looking at is this proof.
Point. You are always free to think whatever you like.
What is this? This is absolutely terrifying. This is absolutely terrifying. Do you see this? This is crazy. What is this right here?
And I've said that since the very beginning. So this location is now completely underwater here. This dam in China was approved in 1992 by the National People's Congress with an unusually low 67.75% approval rate. And why would that be? I don't know. Maybe because they're gonna destroy 1,300 old world sites. This dam completely destroyed a massive amount of China's true history, with the reservoir flooding a total area of 156,000 acres of land. Can you even imagine what is underwater now? And all of this happening just a few years ago, while we were all here. And this thing flows right through a city that's been in the news. Now, we've been told that 1,300 old world sites were destroyed due to this dam. And after hours and hours of research, me and my team were all talking, and we're all having the same exact issue. The same sites keep coming up. The ones that we have discussed so far today, but nothing else. There are 1,300 sites submerged in water, and we were getting the same few sites over and over and over, and nothing else. And that's when it hit us, that somebody is not allowing this information to be publicly known today.
Disturbing videos they are hiding from you.
In other words, there is more. Before we go on, let's take a minute and thank all of our badge members. It's incredible how much you're all helping this channel. You're all awesome. Thank you to our Patreons, all of our subscribers, and everybody who likes the episodes. All of this helps push the episodes to brand new people every single day. We are on YouTube, Rumble, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. We are all told that 1,300 sites were all lost due to this dam. Countless undocumented tombs, many burial sites, weapons, tools, all from the old world. 1,300 sites. I cannot emphasize this enough. Remember, this whole area was so big, they couldn't destroy it any other way. They had to flood it. And we honestly should have been able to have over 500 episodes on this place alone, exposing all of these sites that
I would absolutely love that. Man, why would you say that? 500 episodes that we could have had. Now you just made it that much worse. You didn't have to say that. Because I would have loved to dive into all those different spots. You know what I'm saying? Damn. That really hurt. I felt that.
are now underwater. Basically, none of them come up in the research. They are all undocumented now. They are all submerged and destroyed forever. Who is doing this? Well, who did this? Who constructed this dam? The Chinese government did. And we all know this because they told us. And who is controlling this narrative? The Chinese government. The Chinese government tightly controls information about the negative consequences of the Three Gorges Dam, with many archaeological findings and cultural losses not widely published or are intentionally buried to avoid criticism, with researchers often lacking access to excavation records or reports. And there we have it. Information about our true history once again.
Is this the actual dam that they released and they were like, okay, we're going to go ahead and just get all that underwater over there so they can't, you know what I'm saying? I think this is the actual dam, that how they're able to do that. And it makes you think, because people talk about vibration technology that they used to have back in the day, you know. Some people say, you know, that Lake Michigan might be man-made, you know, because you don't see all that in other maps. And they used airships, so they were able to draw accurate maps, you know what I'm saying? So they had all the time in the world. They charging off etheric energy up in their airships, looking down, like, oh yeah, there it is. It's Lake Huron. There's, you know, Lake Superior. Okay, Lake Michigan. You know what I'm saying? There's really no Lake Michigan there. That's all Shalaga. You know, so it's like, these giant lakes, are they man-made? You know, they talk about the Red Sea in California. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff, man. They hiding from us.
Off limits to the public. Me and you. Over and over, we see this. The mainstream narrative worldwide is manipulated and controlled. and works together. It's not the true history at all. They wiped out 1,300 sites from the old world, and now they won't even tell us what they wiped out. I don't believe the mainstream history has any legs left to stand on. I believe that it's a story for people that really don't want to see the truth. You cannot submerge the truth and then not even tell everybody what you submerged. And after submerging it and not telling anybody about it and hiding what you submerged, you then tell us that we have to trust your story. This isn't working at all anymore, with many official reports on the archaeological sites never made public.
We might have to hop in a submersible and go down there ourselves. You know?
Making it extremely difficult to track exactly what was lost. We were given like 10 sites total that were submerged, but we were told that there was over 1,300. And this is when my mind has to ask, was there even more? Was there thousands of sites? What's under the water now that we missed before 2012? The Yangtze River, covering over 156,000 acres of land now. What did we miss? The next time somebody builds a dam, you and me will be watching. You will know to go and see what is about to be destroyed. Not every single dam are...
Man, that's smart. If they're building the dam, something's going to get covered up. Interesting.
Attacks in the past. But we know now that this is 100% a tactic to wipe out the true past, to wipe out the history, to easily wipe out a location, a massive one that is overwhelming to the mainstream narrative. With rushed excavations, the sites were never fully explored, stating that some sites could have challenged or complicated China's official historical narratives. Let me read that again. That some sites could have challenged or complicated China's official historical narratives. And there we have it. After the amount of documented evidence that we've found right here on this channel, the mainstream narrative, the groups that are put in charge of the excavations, there's so much secrecy, blocking sites off, destroying so many old world structures, fires, wars, and bombs. In what world does the mainstream history sound like a truthful, transparent story? I really can't imagine anyone still being on the fence at this point. Yeah, let's just wipe out 1,300.
I'm pretty sure everyone feels like, man, they could have had a vote at least.
Sites that are from the old world and never tell anybody about them. If we don't say anything about them, all of these people are just gonna forget about them. Did we forget about them? No. So let's go try to bring them back to life. We know that Cakeson County was targeted by the dam. It was one of the oldest inhabited areas in the Three Gorges region, where the entire ancient town, the old world temples, and all of the archaeological sites being flooded.
I wonder if they're still, nah, there's no way you could dry out an entire river. They got that boy flooded. I'm trying to say, can we dry the river out somehow? And it's like, I don't know. We ain't got the technology to do nothing like that, I don't think. Maybe if they made another dam leading somewhere else to rush the water out back into the ocean or something, I don't know.
With unknown sites that were never fully excavated, just like we talked about. With detailed public records of these submerged sites being limited, the mainstream narrative is set up to hide the truth. This is insane, making it challenging to identify and research them individually. Inadequate documentation and preservation efforts during the dam's construction. And I'm gonna tell you what, this gets crazy. This is how bad China wanted to hide Cakeson County. The county was named Cakeson County before the dam. And after China constructed this dam and flooded it, They literally renamed it to Kaizhou District. And when you search for Cakeson, the results redirect you to its new name, to Kaizhou District, which focuses on the newly built town and not the historical sites that are now underwater. No complete records of this site were ever published to the public. In the early 2000s, Western archaeologists tried to document what was being lost, but China shut them down. What did they submerge in Cakeson County? What did they submerge? Obviously something incredible. They told us that they found weapons from the old world. They found tools. These sites would have blown us away. They would have destroyed the...
Do you know the type of... I play this game called Dynasty Warriors. Do you know the type of wushu weapons they probably had underwater? Man, once upon a time in China, what's the... I forgot the name. With the blade at the end. It's like a pole with a blade at the end. Man, they had all types of... They still down there. I'm sure a little water won't hurt it, but all that mercury rectifier, charged up etheric buildings and temples, it might be a wrap for them. Once you get a little salt water in the mercury rectifiers, they don't really fire right, You got to change the capacitor out.
The mainstream narrative. Again, all of this is in my opinion, but we all know it. Now, we are told that the official reason for China constructing the dam was to prevent future flooding, to create energy production, and to allow for larger cargo ships, where this is now extremely debatable. And should we just blow everybody's mind? Here we go. Li Ching-Yuen, a Chinese herbalist, martial artist, and tactical advisor. He died in 1933. He claimed to have been born in 1736. Did this man have knowledge from the previous civilization? We all know about Dilmun. We know a lot about the Sumerian King's List and how Gilgamesh found a plant to help him live for a very long time. And we also know about this location in China, Cakeson County, that is...
We were just talking about Gilgamesh, wasn't we? He had a plant that helped him live longer? What plant was that? The Egyptian lotus flower? What you think it was?
Is now submerged in water. A herbalist that lived for hundreds of years. What did he know? And where did he live? Don't tell me that he lived in Cakeson County. Li Ching-Yuen, this Chinese herbalist, he resided in K County, now called Kaizhou District, where K County is the exact same place. It is Cakeson County.
They're trying to hide the herbalist. What was this? What was that guy's name? Everyone talks about the forget, the bald-headed guy that be always, telling you to eat healthy and stuff. This might be, the guy in China that's doing the same thing, but he lived, to be a 200. What type of tea was he drinking? Where's y'all at, man? Do y'all see this?
And now called Kaizhou District, which means that the Chinese herbalist that allegedly lived for 256 years spent his life in the exact same place that is now submerged in the Three Gorges Dam. I believe that this was never about a dam. They told us it was about energy. They tell us that it's about flood control. They tell us it was about progress. We have seen this now too many times. Because when history doesn't fit their narrative, they don't debate it. They just destroy it. And when there's too many things to erase, they submerge it.
Is that a floating house? What is going on? This is like some type of floating Shanghai temple That is crazy.
Under hundreds of feet of water, 1,300 sites and possibly more. Gone. Buried beneath water. Not just ruins, not just artifacts, but tombs, graves, skeletons. And not just any skeletons. Who were these people? What did they look like? And why did they make sure we would never see them? Because we already know what we would find. When we dig deep enough, we have found 6 fingers, we have found 6 toes, and skulls that don't match the history books. Elongated skulls being found all over the world. Massive people. So what did they find in Cakeson County? A place that was so important that they didn't just flood it. They literally erased its name from existence. Cakeson County is gone and replaced with Kaizhou District. And when you search for Cakeson, it redirects you every single time. It's like it never existed, but we know what was there. This wasn't just an ancient city. It was home to Li Ching-Yuen, a man who allegedly lived for 256 years. So I have to ask, was this really about a dam? Or was this about hiding something massive, so undeniable that they couldn't let us see it? Because in my opinion, this wasn't an accident. This wasn't for progress. This was about burying something they never wanted us to find. And now, they thought we'd never look back, but we are. And I'm gonna tell you what, we're not even close to stopping.
Damn, that was pure heat by my lunch break. Oh my goodness, y'all. They trying to hide a man that found a way to live to 200 years old. They said there was some type of herb that Gilgamesh used, which had me thinking about a video we did back on Dark Waters 9 when they talked about the Egyptian lotus flower. It's not like your average lotus flower. The Egyptian one was rare, and I guess it's, it's gone. Like you can't get it anymore. You might be able to, I don't know, but they're just saying all this stuff allegedly. This entire video, allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything. Keep your head on a swivel. Y'all already know the vibes, man. It's your boy Jet Ski Chuck. We're going to be going live more. I'm going to come up with a schedule, man. I'm dropping a video tomorrow on Dark Waters 9 at 1 p.m. We're going to be diving more into this orb. How crazy was this? They hiding a dude. They put a whole river up to hide this up. What is going on? Be sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. It's your boy Jesky Chuck. Let's see you on the next one. Huge shout out to everyone, all my Dark Water 9 members, all my subscribers, everyone I see over on Dark Waters 9 daily. Ryan, Tanner by the Sea. Kelly, all my other, everyone, I appreciate you. Matthew, Nook, Isaac, I see y'all. Reese, Yashriel, I love that name. I love you guys. I just want to say thank you for your support. It means the world to me. I'm going to see you guys next time. Peace out.